I can tell you that if this is what happened to this dude and it was real, this wouldn't be the story. It's in the wrong place. I've seen the pictures of the people that they claimed were gang members. They are not gang members. And if they were going to carjack you, dog, they would have taken your fucking car. This is fucking, you want to talk psyop? This is a psyop. How the fuck are 10 dudes going to fit in your car? Exactly, DJ. These people didn't grow up with fucking gangs. I'm tired of hearing people talk about gang activity that have no fucking idea what gang activity actually looks like. Like, all of these people watch fucking Boys in the Hood. It's like you watch Boys in the Hood, and you still don't know what the fuck gang activity I mean, I know a lot of these people never watch Menace Society. Boys in the Hood, to be honest with you, is like it's the non-spicy version of the Hood, okay? Boys in the Hood is like the fucking white people no spice version of, if you want to know some hood shit, you watch Menace to Society. That's the movie that made the rounds. Or you watch Blood In, Blood Out. Those are the movies you should be watching. You want to know what it's like to be down there? Watch that shit. Depends on which gangs you want to be talking about. Anyways, so we got a video. I'm not just ranting for no reason, guys. We got a video that Bucket Kid had shared, and this is apparently an anonymous video. I don't know if Anonymous is still active. I don't know if this is actually anonymous or if this is somebody claiming to be anonymous. But this is a video that probes the Big Balls incident. Stage chaos or Trump's masterstroke. And I want to watch this. I haven't watched it, and I want to see what they bring to light. I want to see how close our opinions on this subject are. So let's watch this video.
We are anonymous. You may know us as the faceless, voiceless collective that thrives in the shadows, peeling back layers of lies and deception, shining a harsh light where others are too afraid or too compromised to look. We don't take sides with politicians.
I want to see them files,
take sides
Anonymous.
with
I want to see
the
them
truth.
files.
And today, the truth hides beneath a strange, almost absurd sequence of events the media has branded the Big Balls in.
This is seriously the fucking dumbest timeline of all time. The Big Balls incident.
I love the poorly educated.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that long ago.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Guys, we heard that shit, and we thought that was as bad as it was going to get, guys. We thought that was peak absurdity. We thought that was as stupid as it was going to get. And now we got Pickleballs, the incident. Jesus Christ.
The question isn't just whether it happened the way they say it did. The real question was the chaos orchestrated?
Chaos,
and if it was,
even.
who benefits
Fucking
from it?
chaos.
And why does it all seem to lead directly to Donald Trump's next big move? Let's rewind and start with the man at the center of this story, Edward Korestein. If you've followed certain political fringes online...
Look, I'm just going to be honest. That's a punchable face. I'm just saying. Like, look, if that brother right there, if you're walking past and that dude right there fucking jaws at you, that dude drops something, he like says like, you know, like your shirt or something, like that's go time, because you know you win in that fight. This dude can't fight. If there were 10 people fighting this one dude, I guarantee you he would not have been just like bloody. Like I said, there were no lacerations. I want to see his face today. They said he had a broken nose. I want to see those black eyes. I want to see, like, this is like some Donald Trump shot in the ear bullshit all over again, isn't it? That's what this is, isn't it?
You might know him better by his nickname, Big Balls.
They're like, maybe we should have you get shot again, sir, because this Epstein files it's getting out of control. We need to do something to distract people. Maybe we have somebody try to shoot at you again. How's that feel? And he's like, you know, it feels like maybe, how about Big Balls? How about Big Balls gets beat up? Maybe they fucking hated this guy. Maybe Donald Trump secretly despised pickleballs and was like, how about we just have pickleballs get beat up? I think that'd be great. That's what I'm going with.
19 years old, formerly attached to Elon Musk's experimental department of government efficiency, Doge, for short, a so-called wunderkind, who despite his age had already held short-term roles in agencies like USAID.
Bro, fuck off. Why is this kid, why does he have a fucking resume now that includes working at USAID? This shit is so dumb.
The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, TSA, and had even been assigned to projects like gold cards.
Jesus
His
Christ.
latest posting, working for the Social Security Administration. On
Oh
their
my
website.
God.
Yes, from flashy Musk experiments to the mundane bureaucratic trenches. On the surface, his resume looks like a curious
Probably got beat up over that hairdo. That's all I'm saying.
mix of stunt appointments and digital busy work. But his proximity to figures like
There's like fucking 6,000 fucking... What are you guys? Gen Zs? There's a bunch of Gen Zs right now like, shut the fuck up, that's a nice haircut. Sorry.
Musk, and by extension to political
sad and turning
insiders
worlds.
loyal to Trump, positioned him in an interesting space. A space where chaos could be turned
AJ,
into currency.
you're too
Now
funny,
here's where
AJ.
the story takes its turn. According to police reports out of Washington, D.C., in the early hours of the morning around 3
Yeah, Talia, that's another thing. Is the first story that came out was that he had intervened. This is why I can't fucking deal with this shit. Exactly, Talia. Is the first story was that Big Balls had seen a woman being accosted and stepped in and got his ass whooped, saving her. Which was a really weird story because I was like, hold on. There's 10 people accosting one single female, and they beat the shit out of this guy, but then they turned back to the girl and were like, anyways, we fucked this dude up, so now we're going to leave. And I was like, that seems sus. And I'm guessing that somebody in the Trump administration was like, nope, there's some holes in that story. By the administration that brought you the Epstein files, which has like 19,000 holes in it and 75 different stories. Like, they literally just flood the zone. They just say a bunch of dumb shit, and whatever sticks that MAGA picks up and will circulate, like that's what they're putting down. That they're like, that one's good, all right, fanfic.
Yazdoret AM, Korestein was allegedly attacked in DuPont Circle by a group of about 10.
Yeah, DuPont Circle, by the way, very wealthy part of Washington. Like I said, $120,000 median income for individuals in DuPont Circle. This is not where savage gang members hang out.
And teenagers. The narrative says he was attempting to stop a carjacking, stepping in heroically to protect someone in danger. 2 suspects, both aged 15, were
Why are you getting beat up by 15-year-olds also?
arrested shortly afterward. And conveniently, an iPhone 16 worth about $1,000 was reported stolen.
Oh, you don't say. That's why they're trying to convict him on some type of felony, right? Because that's over the dollar amount for that changes it from like, what is it, from like simple assault to like armed robbery or some shit. Not armed robbery. What is it? Assault with the intent to rob? I can't remember, but it changes it into a much worse felony.
The official police line paints Korestein as an unexpected good Samaritan blindsided by urban violence. But what happened next?
By black people, guys. They're black people.
Oh, look at my African American over here. Look at him.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Obama.
Just saying. That's going to be the story next. The next story is going to be like Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were walking down the street and they started yelling racist slurs at a white woman getting in her car, and Pickleball stepped in to stop Obama from carjacking because he's black, okay? Because that's what those guys do. Because, you know, Barack Obama attacked the woman and Big Balls stepped in. That's the next story.
Was far more revealing than the attack itself. Photos started circulating online, graphic images of Korestein shirtless, blood smeared across his face and torso.
Bruh, that is not a beating. That's a bloody nose. That's a bloody nose at best. You're not marked up enough.
The shots were taken by a friend, Marco Elez, who just happened to be there to capture.
Wait. The racist kid? The fucking racist kid that got fucking fired? The racist kid that got fired just happened to be there on site to take pictures. What the fuck was he doing? Was he yelling racial slurs at the black kids? Holy shit, this is sus.
The aftermath. And these weren't photos hidden in private chats. They were broadcast to the world, posted by none other than Donald Trump on his own social media platform, Truth Social. The former, and now once again president, used those bloody images.
Dude, this shit is sus as fuck.
As a prop to call for harsher laws, urging that juvenile suspects be tried as adults. A clear political statement wrapped around a violent urban crime story. And then Elon Musk weighed in on X.
You know what I think of you know what I think of pickleballs?
Yeah, you effin' with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you got for this wet ass P word. P word is female genitalia.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He claimed that a group of about a dozen youths attempted to assault a woman in her car, and Coristine jumped in to save her, sustaining a traumatic brain injury in the
Oh shit, traumatic brain injury
process, but saving her life. Hero narrative
Watching all this Trump shit has given me a traumatic brain injury.
ready-made, conveniently tidy, no shades of gray. Just an innocent man defending a woman and a city too dangerous for
A white man.
White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up.
its own good. Here's where Anonymous raises its first red flag. Where's the surveillance footage? This is DuPont Circle. Washington, D.C. is riddled with cameras.
Yeah, look at that. Look at all those gang members, guys. Can you guys see all the gang members carjacking people?
You can hardly step outside without being picked up by a dozen lenses. Yet somehow there is no public video of this alleged assault. We have still photos after the fact. We have a narrative that's been repeated by Trump and Musk. But we don't have raw, verifiable evidence of the moment itself. That's not impossible, but it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Now let's look at the timing. Within hours of the story hitting the public, Trump issued an order sending additional federal law enforcement into D.C., framing it as a necessary response to a supposed
Yeah, that's sus, dog.
spike in violent crime. But the data doesn't support that claim violent crime in the district is actually at a 30-year low. And that's the second red flag. The reality on the ground doesn't match the urgency of the federal action. Unless the real urgency...
No, this is like, fuck, dude. For how long have I been like... God damn it. I've been like, don't over-exaggerate things. Like, make sure that when somebody's doing something that is racist, it's called out as being actually racist, not just fucking somebody being a douchebag or making some kind of dumb, edgy joke. This shit is like fucking the Tulsa shit. This is like fucking god damn. God, I'm fucking up the kid's name, the young black kid that got fucking murdered because Emmett Till. This is Emmett Till shit. This is like literally just a fucking repeat of white fright. It's fucking white fright.
Urgency isn't about crime at all, but about political theater. Consider how Trump thrives politically. He works best when there's a crisis, real or manufactured.
For anybody that doesn't know what white fright was, it was the people would they would pay, what was it? They'd pay black Americans to drive through neighborhoods, loudly playing music, black women to push like strollers through the neighborhood and stuff like that to cause white people to be scared that black people were integrating into their society. You can read all about it in Just Action, actually. The book by Leah Rothstein actually talks about it.
Factured that allows him to step into the role of law and order savior. The Big Balls story is tailor-made for this persona. It's visceral. It's visual. It has a sympathetic protagonist linked to Trump's own orbit. And it's easily framed, too, as an indictment of liberals.
Yeah, because you couldn't just have this be, like, some random dude, right? I mean, I guess... No, No, it comes on the tail of the assault that actually was an assault in Cincinnati. The crazy thing about that was I was like, dude, I've seen people like my third day of high school. I watched a dude stomp another dude until he fucking drooled on himself. I'm like, I get that that's not acceptable in society. I understand why that causes people to react in the way that they do. But this idea that all of a sudden people are beating each other up in this society and it's black on white violence. Like, dude, black people have been beating up black people. White people have been beating up white people. Black people have been beating up white people. White people have been beating up black people. This is not new to anybody that has actually had real life experiences. I'm sure that when you see shit like that on TV or in videos, that it triggers you to think like, oh my God, the society is falling apart. But actually, it's kind of the status quo. We've been doing this for a very long time. It seems pretty fucking sus that you just had that thing happen in Cincinnati in which people very much made it a racial thing of the black people beating up the Russian woman, right? She was Russian. And then just so happens that then somebody that these people have kind of like brought into their orbit and made like almost a cult figure within the Trump administration, he gets beat up all of a sudden. I call bullshit.
City
I call
mismanagement and soft on crime policies. Anonymous suspects that whether or not the attack happened exactly as described, it was quickly repurposed or even staged to serve a political goal.
Yeah, you could even say that potentially he got his ass whooped. But you're going to 100% be like, dude, they're using this as an opportunity.
In this case, the goal might be twofold: to justify a heavy-handed federal presence in D.C. and to reignite Trump's broader law and order narrative heading into whatever his next big move is. The reaction from Fox News only reinforces this. Their coverage leaned heavily into martyrdom imagery, turning Correstein into a symbol of conservative victimhood, a young patriot beaten down in the liberal heart of the Capitol. It's the kind of framing that stirs outrage among the base and builds emotional momentum for whatever policy push comes next. But here's where the story splinters into even stranger territory. Parallel to the big balls spectacle, Trump's allies in media are promoting voices like Pete Hegseth, who, in a separate but thematically linked controversy, posted a CNN interview with Pastor Doug Wilson. Wilson is not shy about his views opposing women's suffrage, supporting the criminalization of gay sex, defending certain aspects of slavery, and openly advocating for a future.
AJ says Barack Obama called in the adolescent youth criminal gang of the 13 and 14-year-old children to beat up big balls. Dude, that's the next narrative, dude. That's the next one.
Christian theocracy. Hegseth shared this without condemnation, implicitly endorsing it. And when asked for comment, a Pentagon spokesperson confirmed that
Panic. Have you ever been around people that carjack people? Have you ever been around any of that element? Because I have. That's not how that works, my friend. That's not how that works. If you are getting carjacked and then you get your ass beat, you get your car taken. That's not how a carjacking works. Y'all didn't grow up around fucking gangs and it shows. Like, I grew up in this shit. Everything about this story is super fucking sus. Just like everything about the Kilmar Garcia fucking story is super sus. Dog. People don't just beat you up and then leave you after trying to carjack you. They steal your car. It was his significant other panic. Literally, he said it was his girlfriend. So was it his girlfriend's car? Where they were like, yeah, you know what, dude? We were going to take your girlfriend's car, but now that we kicked your ass, we're just moving on. Oh no, panic. Oh no, you lived on South Harvey. Oh no, dog. Oh no. No, you're retarded. Bro, you wouldn't survive fucking 10 minutes where I grew up.
In his role as defense secretary, very much appreciates Wilson's writings and teachings. Why mention
Thanks
this
for
in the
being here and
same
being
breath
content,
as the
though. I
Big Balls
appreciate you.
incident? Because it paints a picture of the ideological ecosystem we're dealing with. This isn't just about one street-level assault. It's about the kind of America these players are
This
trying
shit's
to create.
fake.
An America governed by fear, dominated by a narrow religious vision, and policed with authoritarian fervor.
100%. It's
The
Project
chaos
25
on the
shit.
street becomes the justification for the crackdown, and the crackdown becomes the tool for reshaping the country. And there's more. In the background of
I bet you think Kilmar Garcia is an MS-13 gang leader too, huh? Oh no, are you not playing? Oh no. I've got a gift for you in my nightstand. 2 of them.
all this domestic theater is an international subplot. Reports that Vladimir Putin is set to visit Alaska for a summit with Trump on August 15th. No
What's
other
that,
Western
Christina?
leader has hosted Putin since the war in Ukraine began. The symbolism is staggering. A pariah leader welcomed onto U.S. soil, potentially to negotiate the handover of parts of Ukraine. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton has already called this a great victory for Putin and compared it to the disastrous optics of inviting the Taliban to Camp David.
Dude is the dumbest president that has ever lived.
I mean, you were in the room in 2018 in Helsinki when this happened. What do you make of the fact that Putin has now been invited to Alaska?
Well, it's very gracious of Putin to come to former Russian America for this summit. This is not quite as bad as...
Dude, Donald Trump's about to trade Alaska to Putin. He's gonna sell Alaska to Putin.
Trump inviting the Taliban to Camp David to talk about the peace negotiations in Afghanistan, but it certainly reminds one of that. The only better place for Putin than Alaska would be if the...
No, Alan, he grew up on South Harvey, dog. Like, you better watch out. You better watch out. A guy that has a YouTube handle called Panic Studio, he's rough and tumble, dog. He's been carjacked twice, guy. He's not soft, bro.
Summit were being held in Moscow. So the initial setup, I think, is a great victory for Putin. He's a rogue leader of a pariah state.
He does
and
like
he's
big
going to
balls.
be welcomed into the United States. Second, I have a feeling this is sliding very quickly in Russia's direction.
When you step back and connect the dots, a pattern emerges. Domestically, you manufacture, or at least amplify, chaos. You use it to justify federal muscle, to stoke cultural fear, to present yourself as the only solution.
100%.
Internationally, you cozy up to a foreign strongman in ways that undermine existing alliances and
Now, Trump wants to go to Leningrad, remember? Trump wants to go to Leningrad.
shift the balance of power. Together, these moves strengthen an authoritarian narrative and weaken democratic norms. So where does Anonymous stand? We're not here to tell you what to believe about whether Big Balls was genuinely attacked, whether it was staged, or whether the truth lies somewhere in between. We are here to tell you that the speed, the coordination, and the political mileage extracted from this event are too precise to ignore. We are here to remind you that powerful people have always understood the value of spectacle, and that in politics, nothing goes to waste. You have to ask yourself, why was there a photographer on hand to capture just the right images? Why did the story immediately get national coverage through Trump's own channels and Musk's social media megaphone? Why was there such a swift federal response to a single street crime in a city where crime is statistically down? Why does the narrative fit so neatly into Trump's political
'Cause it's
needs?
all
If you think
bullshit.
these are just coincidences, history will prove you naive. If you recognize the signs of manipulation, then
And
you
stupid.
know what comes
You believe this
next.
shit, you
More
stupid.
fear, more control, more erosion of freedoms dressed up as public safety.
white fright shit,
Anonymous
100%.
believes sunlight is the best disinfectant. That's why we're speaking on this while corporate media either won't touch it or will only skim the surface. They'll give you the sanitized version. We'll give you the raw edges, the parts that don't fit the inconsistencies they hope you won't notice. If you see what we see, If you understand how critical it is to question these narratives, then act. Share this message. Talk to people. Shine a light where they want shadows. The only way to defeat orchestrated chaos is with organized truth. The choice is yours.
So I don't know if that's actually, I don't know if that's actually going to be an anonymous video. They only got like 8K subscribers on that. I don't know if that is or not. I'd have to look at like the account or whatever. But to be honest, it seems fucking sus. Everything about it seems orchestrated. It doesn't seem real. If the kid got his ass kicked, then the kid got his ass kicked. It doesn't have to be that the kid got his ass kicked and, all of this was set up. He could have got his ass kicked. But they definitely are using this as a reason to put forth the policies they want. They want an authoritarian government. They want to be able to send federal troops into New York, into Chicago, into Los Angeles. They won't send them down to Compton. They know better than to do that. They don't want that media. They don't want to see cops going down into Compton and fucking getting into warfare with fucking the gangs down there. Those people don't play. Those people have more guns than the police do. There's a reason that they leave those areas alone. Just fucking end of the day, dude probably got his ass whooped, and then they saw the chance to use it for their own political reasoning. There's probably no fucking carjacking. There's probably nothing more than big balls attempting to talk shit to a couple people on the street, and then he got worked by two 15-year-olds, and instead of just accepting that he got an ass whooping, he got up and posted that shit on social media and created more white fright. 100%. 100%. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out that video on the screen now.